Hi everyone, welcome back. Today it's just gonna be a simple get ready with me type video. You can do your makeup along with me and we'll just chat. So before we get started, I would love if you would hit that subscribe button and we will get started. Alright, so I did go ahead and prime my eyelids. I used my MAC Paint Pot. We're just gonna start with eyeshadow. I'm gonna use my white brushing palette again. I have been loving this, so with what I've got planned today, this is gonna be the perfect like neutral, natural look for me. The whole reason we're doing a get ready with me is so that we can talk, and boy do I have a story. So Ryan and I did our Valentine's dinner like the Friday before Valentine's Day because Valentine's was on any Sunday and we like to go out, like we went out for dinner, so we just couldn't do that on a Sunday. We found this like, it's not a hole in the wall, but it's a little bit further away, so we've never had an issue getting a reservation for when we want. Like they can't say, hey, can you actually come like at this time? We've always just gotten the time that we requested. I just don't think a lot of people know about it yet, which is great for us because this is the best Mexican food. Did I tell you that it was called Palomino's Mexican restaurant? I don't think I did. So Palomino's, the best Mexican food that we have had in such a long time. Like we like it more than all of our favorite spots. So it's our newest favorite. So anyways, we get to the restaurant and we know, like, we Ubered because we knew we were gonna have a couple drinks. Gosh, I forgot how pretty this color was. Okay, so we get there and we get seated right away, which was nice because if you get there too early or like if you get there before your table's ready, they ask you to wait outside because of, you know, COVID, which it's like 0 degrees. So it was really cold and we were just really happy to get seated right away. We get our drinks and start chatting. We order our food and they actually have like pretty quick service. So we got our food pretty quickly. My order was actually wrong. I ordered these like shrimp and lobster enchiladas and he brought out me like these taco things and like it didn't bug me enough, so I wasn't gonna say anything. He set it down in front of me, then he set Ryan's plate down and Ryan's like, I think she ordered enchiladas, and the guy was like, oh, you're definitely right, and took the plate right away and brought out the enchiladas. Like it took no time at all, and the guy was so apologetic. He's like, so sorry about that, dessert will be on us, which fine by me because they have the best fried ice cream ever. And the other thing this restaurant does is they will let you order drinks to go. So obviously we Ubered. So Ryan got 2 margaritas to go and I just got 1 margarita to go, and they come out and it's like in a baby milk jug container. It was cute. And then Ryan and I do this thing where if we go out and we drink, we tend to like go somewhere afterwards to like drunk shop basically. So our drunk shop of choice was your one and only Target. It was fun though. So it's kind of odd because you get in your Uber, get out and go into Target and then they just kind of stare at you weird because you're holding your milk jug margaritas to go, which you're not supposed to untape them before you get home, but who listens to that? We weren't driving, so we'd like sneak around in the store and like duck behind like mannequins or like clothing things or like display setups basically, and just like sneak some of our drink and then put the tape back on it. Okay, so I did go ahead and do my mascara for my upper lashes, but to get back to our story, we would go into Target and the first, like our Target's not a full-size Target, so like it doesn't have groceries or like an auto section, which we found out at the time that it doesn't have an auto section because our Uber from Palomino's to Target, his car smelled so good. And like Ryan asked him about it. He's like, oh yeah, it's the Febreze new car smell. So Ryan really wanted to pick up some of those, but because our Target is not full-size Target, there's no auto section, which was a little bit of a bummer, but it's fine. Anyways, the first we go into, like you walk in and it's like the women's section, and I'm looking at this mannequin and like within 2 minutes, of getting into the store, I see the mannequin with this super cute purple turtleneck, and I was just telling Ryan like I would like to get some more turtlenecks with how cold it's getting. Yeah, within 2 minutes I had a turtleneck found and picked out in my basket, and I was happy. So we keep walking, travel to the men's section. Ryan doesn't really want anything, so you know what section is next, right? Yes, the toy section. So we get to the toy section, and we like games, so like, especially through quarantine, we've picked up quite a bit of games. And our friends have this Monopoly game, but it's in card form, and it literally takes like, it's like a 10-minute game with this card version of Monopoly, right? So we've been looking for it, we really like it. Haven't been able to find it, but guess what we did find? We found Skee Ball, so we picked that one up. That one's actually really fun. And then we also found this like drunk Jenga, or drinking Jenga. And basically it's Jenga, so you stack the wood pieces and then pull your piece out and see who can not make it fall over, right? But on your piece, you have to see if there's like any instruction, because it might be like player 2, right, drink 2, or everyone drink 1, right? But obviously there was only 2 of us, so we both had to do the instructions every time when we got around to playing later that night. So that was really fun. That was a fun find. And then we get into the Nerf gun section, and I kid you not, we spend like 20 minutes looking at Nerf guns because Ryan can't decide which one he wants, if he needs a target, and if he needs extra bullets. 20 minutes go by, and finally I'm like, I'm gonna continue walking, because obviously I want to go to the makeup section. Ryan made up his mind, and he picked out like the sniper rifle of all Nerf guns. I didn't even know that was a thing, but apparently it is. And we did end up getting a target, but we did not get extra bullets. So naturally, once Ryan finally made up his mind, we go to the makeup section, and he flat out sits down in the corner and just drinks his margarita. While I look through there's like 3 different aisles to look through. So I was looking through the aisles, and Ryan sits down in the corner. And then on my last aisle, I asked Ryan, I told Ryan, I was like, hey, I need to use the restroom before we leave. And there happened to be like a Target security guy like in the next aisle that Ryan saw. So he just starts yelling, hey, Target security guy. And the guy, he comes over and he's like, hi. He's like, where's the bathroom? She's gotta pee. And I'm like, standing there awkwardly, like Ryan just told this random guy I have to use the restroom. And he's like, it's by the front of the front doors by checkout. And I was like, okay, I think I'll make it, thank you. And then I was kind of giving him a little crap for saying like, should probably like have gotten up to go ask him a question, and instead of yelling out, hey, security guy. And he's like, well, he's got a security thing. Hang on, what else would I call him? And the security guy was listening. He's like, my name's Tate. That is our interesting story of Tate, the security guy at Target. So I picked up a couple items, like just 1 or 2 or 3, right? And of course, we're like super into our dogs, so we definitely hit the dog section after that. And then Ryan got all paranoid. He's like, Tate, the security guy is following us. And I look behind us, and there's no one behind us. I'm like, he's not even behind us. He's like, oh, okay. So we get to the dog section, and I find this toy, and it's a pretty large toy, and it's like this goat thing. And Ryan is like, what is that? And the best way I can describe this toy is it looks like the half goat, half horse human thing with the horns in Narnia that takes Lucy and like puts her to sleep with the tea. It looks like that, but it's a dog toy. So I was like, we're getting this. And then we pick out a squid and also like a pelican with a little fish in its mouth. So all the pups got a new toy. And then we also picked out some treats. And then we also got tennis balls for Millie, because that's what the toy she wants. I am gonna do my brows real fast, so please enjoy the brow intermission, and then we'll get back to our story. Okay, so we're finishing up in the dog section, right? And Ryan's like, we should probably order the Uber. And I'm like, okay. So Ryan orders the Uber and 20 minutes for the Uber to come to Target. So we're like, oh, okay. Well, we'll just hang out. Ryan checks out. I go use the restroom, and obviously it's freezing, so we're not gonna go stand outside and wait for an Uber. So there's like this whole gift card section, you know, like there's all of the checkout things, and then there's the self-checkout. But along this wall, like after everything, but before the first checkout line, there's this wall of like gift cards and knickknacks and like things to keep kids busy, basically. So we just kind of go over there and we're looking at gift cards, and we were talking about restaurants, because where we grew up, Sonic was like a luxury restaurant, right? Luxury fast food, basically. Because we didn't, like, the closest one is Rifle. So, and on sporting trips, the only time we really went out that way is when we had to go to Paonia. So for volleyball, we went every other year, but if we traveled for volleyball, for basketball the same year, they would come to us. And then the next year, volleyball, they would come for us, but basketball, we would have to travel. So like they just took turns. We took turns every year, and then they switched up for sports. But I mean, same thing with football, and Ryan did wrestling. So yeah, so the perk of going to Paonia is that we got to go to Sonic and take the long way home, so you could go to Sonic. So that was one of our conversations while we were just looking at gift cards and waiting for the Uber. And finally, at like 5 minutes, I was like, let's just go wait outside so I can finish my margarita. It was snowing, so that was nice. Kind of in the mood for a more glowy blush, so I'm gonna use my Milani one that we tested out earlier. So we make it home, and immediately you have to get the dog toys out very fast, because otherwise the puppies will be very sad, not have anything to play with. The blush is a little bit brighter than my eyeshadow. So the puppies get to play, and Cooper is obviously super happy because he loves toys. And Millie doesn't want anything to do with her toy that we gave her. She wanted a tennis ball. So we got our tennis ball. And then we opened Ski-Doo. And it's harder than it looks, because the little ramp thing is just like a piece of plastic that, yeah, it's kind of hard. So Ryan is actually like pretty darn good at it, which made me sad because I lost by 250 points. And Ryan only scored 260 points. So that can tell you, either I just suck at it or I wasn't ready to play yet. But it was really fun. We did a couple rounds of that, and then we got out Jenga. And a couple weeks ago, we had actually picked up like pre-made margarita mix. So like it's just margaritas in the glass bottles where you don't have to do any mixing. You just pour it, put some ice in it, you're good. So we got a lime one for Ryan, and then I picked out a strawberry one. And this Jenga game comes with 4 shot glasses. So we had to fill the shot glasses with our margarita mix, which thankfully it wasn't like straight tequila, because otherwise I don't know if I'd be filming the next day. It was fun. We had just playing skee ball and playing drunk Jenga, and then playing with our puppies. They got bully sticks too. Molly is so funny when we give her like bone bully stick treats, because she's a little chunkier and it like takes the wind out of her. So by the time she finishes, she's like panting. There's so hard work to chew on the bone, chew on the treat. Oh, and of course, the Nerf gun was torn out of the package last night. And it was so funny. Millie, we also have like a tennis ball gun where you pull the thing, put the ball in, and then shoot it. And it's because Millie likes to chase the tennis balls. So it's kind of like that, but for Ryan, and Nerf darts or whatever. But Millie thought it was like another tennis ball gun, so she's like whining, Dad, play with me, shoot it, I wanna go. And then the dart would go out, and she did have quite a bit of fun. It was even funnier this morning because Ryan picked up the dart gun again, and Cooper thought it was really interesting, but he would shoot it, and then Cooper would like eat the dart, like chew it up, because he thought it was a toy. It was cute. We've got some chewed up darts now too. I don't know, Ryan and I just have a lot of fun when we, like, it's not like we got super bad. I mean, I had 2 margaritas at the restaurant, and then I had 1 like between Target and getting home. So I mean, it's not like we weren't being safe. We definitely Uber if we know we're gonna have alcohol, but I don't know, I had so much fun. And we're like giant children. We buy board games and dog toys and play with darts and makeup. Like, I don't know, we just have fun. It was a good Valentine's dinner, that's for sure. Plus, Palomino's food is like to die for. It's so good. I know what you're thinking. You didn't use a highlight today. Who are you? No, that Milani blush is so reflective. I thought it was perfect, and I don't want to do more than that. So I just put a little bit of highlight in my inner eyes. That's basically our Valentine's story. We actually exchanged gifts this morning. So Ryan got me a big Dove chocolate heart thing full of chocolates. It's really cute. And then this year, Ryan is a very meat and potatoes kind of guy. So they had this little dinner date of chocolate. So it's all chocolate, but it's a steak, broccoli, and then a chocolate covered strawberry. But it's all chocolate. So I gave it to him. And he got a good chuckle at it, and Ryan doesn't really like chocolate, so I was like, what are you gonna do with it? And he's like, I'm gonna wait for you to tell me to bring chocolate home one time and you can have it. Basically, it's gonna be a treat for myself later, which I'm not mad about because he got to enjoy it, to open it, got the good laugh out of it, and then I'll get to enjoy it later down the road when I'm craving chocolate. All right, so here is our finished look. I hope everyone enjoyed my story. I thought it sounded like so much more funnier in my head, and I thought it was a good story, but you can let me know, hey Liv, that was really boring, you should not tell stories on your channel, or you could share your own Valentine's story with me. I'd love to hear them. I hope everyone had a wonderful Valentine's and you guys got to share it with someone special. But other than that, that's all I've got for you today. I would love if you would hit that subscribe button before you go. It just helps me keep the channel going. And I will see you in my next video. I post on Tuesdays and Fridays, 10 a.m. Mountain Standard Time, and I'll see you later. Thank you. Bye.